Tyson Fury continues to try to bait Deontay Wilder into speaking. He posts a picture of Wilder being knocked down and says, "I beat you up last time." We're going to talk about all that and more in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you love content like this, I talk about all things boxing, the latest and greatest, let you know what type of shape the fighters are in before upcoming fights, pre and post fight breakdowns, live stream, all things boxing, some UFC. If you like that, smash the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel so you can get some of that daily heat and baptism in these videos. Now, I noticed something. Tyson Fury has kind of switched gears recently, which is the reason why I'm making this video. Now, if you look at Tyson Fury's Instagram story, he posted a picture of him in the second fight dropping Deontay Wilder, and he tagged him. It says, @BronzeBomber, please don't forget the beatdown I have you last time, Chump. So obviously he didn't do a spell check. I'm sure he meant to put the beatdown I gave you last time, Chump, but you know, in true Tyson Fury fashion, he doesn't really focus on the details and, you know, being accurate. So I noticed that he keeps, ever since Wilder won the arbitration, now Fury switched gears and he's talking about fighting Wilder. He's talking about what he's gonna do. He's saying stuff like, I pay in ass whoopings and just various things like that. And it's so funny to me because the whole world knows that Tyson Fury tried to avoid Wilder and move on happily and pursue other business. I mean, multiple times. So the first fight, Deontay Wilder, in the very last round of the first fight, all that we had seen was Tyson Fury get dropped hard and knocked unconscious. And then he got back up some kind of way and finished the fight on his feet. However, that was the last round that they had. They could have done an immediate rematch, and they were even in talks and deep negotiations, but Frank Warren ended up teaming up with Bob Arum and Top Rank and ESPN and went and fled over there. And all of a sudden, that fell by the wayside. And we no longer seen that. We no longer got that particular fight, right? Then Tyson Fury decides to fight Tom Schwartz, a guy nobody had really heard of, who just happened to be ranked. You haven't heard from Tom Schwartz since then, and we didn't know who he was before that, but that was enough to get him the fight because he was ranked with like 2 sanctioning bodies, which that doesn't even surprise me. In boxing, you see this. Promoters have good relationships with the sanctioning bodies and or clever matchmaking and matchmakers who look for these things and say, oh, who's this random guy in the heavyweight division that's ranked? I see his name on 2 sanctioning bodies ranking system. So we'll use that as a catalyst or an excuse or a reason as to why Tyson Fury should be taking a fight like this, right? And then more recently, Tyson Fury used the global pandemic and tried to flee again. He says Wilder's taking too long. He said Wilder was injured. Therefore, he's moving on, and the rematch clause had expired, and I'm fighting Carlos Takam or Ajit Caballel. This is all from Tyson Fury. He said, I'm fighting December 5th. We all know the lie detector test determined that was a lie. As it got within probably days of December 5th, Tyson Fury then came out and made a post. And I make videos about all of these things. That's why I remember it, because I remember going through it, and I go through the labor of making these videos and giving my thoughts and commentary on all these situations. So it kind of just sticks with you when it's your life's work, your body of work. So Tyson Fury came out and said, hey, guess what? Surprise, surprise, I'm not fighting on December 5th in a homecoming UK fight. So another Tyson Fury lie. And then he still tried to get out of the fight despite not fighting December. And he led fans into believing that an Anthony Joshua supposed super fight was next on the horizon in Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia or wherever they were talking about putting the fight. More lies. And it was an arbitrator, and the arbitrator's decision, the Honorable Judge Weinstein, who called a halt to that. In the same way of Lennox Lewis versus Hasim Rahman, I have a detailed video about that. So make sure you guys click the subscribe button so you can catch these videos and, get a little bit of history lessons and different things in the videos that I put. But that was a little bit more detailed than some of the other videos, and something that people may not be aware of. Hasim Rahman tried to flee and leave Lennox Lewis in their particular fight. So all in all, the point I'm making after that long-winded, I have to give you guys all of this detail for my own record keeping, and just so the fans are caught up to speed with what we're talking about. Now Tyson Fury once he's lost basically a court case in arbitration, he's trying to switch gears and make people believe that it was his intention all along to fight Deontay Wilder, and that's not it. Tyson Fury looks like he's spending a lot of time in different places. He's doing a bunch of photo ops with different celebrity boxers and celebrities like Shaquille O'Neal, and he doesn't look to be in good shape. He looks flabby and sick. And to me, it looks like he is desperately trying to get the attention of Deontay Wilder. And he's saying stuff like, please don't forget the beatdown that I gave you. I want to give him a hiding. I pay fighters and butt whoopings. And to me, I told you, Tyson Fury and Billy Joe Saunders, very similar personalities, very similar careers even. If you look at Tyson Fury, he's a gypsy from England. Billy Joe Saunders, he's a gypsy from England. They know each other. They're both with MTK, and they both have the same like dry humor, morbid humor, and there's a lot of similarities with them in general. Inappropriate comments made and pranks and jokes and things like that. Misconduct, criticism for statements they've made or jokes that they've done. These little things, they've had all these same bloopers, and they've also been highly inconsistent in their career. They step up with a David Lemieux or a Klitschko, and then maybe give out a good performance, and then they'll fight somebody like a Otto Wallin or Artur Akov for Billy Joe Saunders or whatever, and then they don't rise to the occasion. Fight a Marcelo Esteban Corceres and look suspect. So another similarity that I've noticed from both Billy Joe Saunders as well as Tyson Fury is, I think that's part of their shtick and their charade and their gimmick, is try to bait you and lure you in with mind games to win that first battle of skullduggery and upset you, get under your skin and things like that. So for Wilder's sake, I'm glad Wilder has not really responded to a lot of this junk from Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, he's eating cake. I made videos about all this. He's eating cake and dessert, or posting pictures and saying Wilder's a cheesecake. Everything since the arbitration ruling in Wilder's favor. Wilder, we haven't really even heard him outright do an interview, or at least I haven't. I mean, if you guys have, let me know. Send me a link of where to find that. But we haven't seen no exclusive interviews for Wilder. If anything, we've seen bits and pieces of his training camp, him working with Malik Scott, just some clips that they're comfortable putting out, and him lifting a log, something like that, and little cryptic messages. And I like this because it adds an air of mystery to Deontay Wilder. There was a lot of people in his absence that lied on him, that tried to forget about him. And I think Wilder just played a back seat, and he's aware of what they try to do and how they try to move on. The game try to move on in the heavyweight division without him. He is a long-standing champion. He had 10 plus title defenses or something right around there. And then he finally lost. He's a knockout artist, which old media says that's what they prefer. Guys who are willing to risk it all, guys who show heart, guys who have entertaining fights and don't run and aren't marathon runners. Wilder gave you all that, and they still try to ambush him and leave him beside. Not to mention, many people believe that Tyson Fury also cheated to achieve what he achieved in the second Wilder Fury fight. So I can't wait. I cannot wait for this fight. I think it'll be a good fight, and I think it'll be a huge test for Tyson Fury, who doesn't seem to be locked in and really focused. So shout out to Deontay Wilder for, just keeping that air of mystery and enigma while Fury's playing these games and, trying to bait him and taunt him. I like that, because silence can be golden. While they're talking, just keep working. That's what I do. On my channel, people talk, they put me in their titles, they make response videos about me, but I'm just working. Behind the scenes, I just continue to work, and I got a lot of things I can't wait to reveal on the channel, and we'll see. 2021 is up. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think of Tyson Fury desperately trying to get a reaction or rise out of Deontay Wilder. So far, it hasn't seemed to work. I think Wilder is really locked in, and he's looking for revenge or retaliation. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know how I did. Use my link in the description to get TUBEBUDDY. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, is Ego signing off. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TUBEBUDDY. I've used TUBEBUDDY for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TUBEBUDDY is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TUBEBUDDY and level up your channel faster. We working.